Hi, my name is Ryan Boyer, and this is my final video submission for PE 163. So the first thing we're going to cover is how to defend yourself against chokeholds and grabs at the neck. So when an attacker comes at you, what you want to do is drop one shoulder and raise the other to get their arms off you. Or if you want to get them in an arm lock, you drop one shoulder, reach over with the other arm, then twist and use the right arm press down on the elbow. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cover is how to defend yourself when being in a chokehold from behind. So when an attacker gets you from behind, you want to get one leg and put it behind the other, then use your arms to swing yourself around in that same direction. Okay, so now we're going to go over when an attacker grabs your arm unexpectedly. So if he was to come at me with his right arm and grab my left, what I would do is swipe inward while keeping the hand open, then up and out away from him. Now if somebody were to grab your arm across their body, such as him using his right to grab my right, what I would do is the same technique by going inward and swiping out and around to get his arm off me. Okay, so now I'm going to go over clothing grabs and what to do when someone grabs you by the clothes unexpectedly. So if you're taken with one arm by the shoulder area, what you want to do is reach over with the opposite arm, grab around the wrist, use your left arm to rotate and put them into an arm lock. Okay, so if an attacker decides to grab you with both arms at the shoulders, what you want to do is take either arm, reach around one of their arms in order to grab one arm that you're focusing on, and use the same arm to do that armbar technique as before. Okay, now we're going to go over what to do when you're put into a headlock. So the main thing you want to focus on is keeping the chin away from this arm's pressure area by digging it into your chest. And then after that, you want to reach the arm that's behind you around and under their nasal cartilage. And what you want to do is reach back and away from them to get them off your neck. Okay, so now we're going to go over what to do when someone tries to bear hug you from behind. So if you're bear hugged, and it's wrapped around the top of the elbows and your arms are restrained, what you want to do is bend your arms upward to where they're facing the ceiling and lean to one side squatting, and while you're squatting you want to press the arms up to get out of the lock. Okay, now we're going to go, I'm going to go on this side. Okay, now we're going to do when someone bear hugs you but leaves the arms unrestrained from behind. So with the unrestrained arms, what you're going to want to do is take one arm, grab an index finger that they're using to bear hug, and just pull away from the body. Grab and pull. Alright, so now I'm going to go over defensive kicks from the front, the side, and the back. So first, coming from the front, what you want to do always is bring the knee up first and flat-footed across to the stomach. And then from the side, it's the same thing, bringing the knee up, but you're going to leave your foot horizontal, and same thing, flat stomach. Now from the back, what you want to do is instead turn, bring the knee up, and do that same thing with your foot to the side, right against the stomach. Okay, now I'm going to go over what to do when someone attacks you with something like a knife. So if they hold it up to your neck like this, what you want to do is take your right arm and use it to block the arm and step to the right away. Then step in with that same foot and use the right or your free arm to grab hold of the person with the arm with the weapon. After doing this, step back and bend the arm at a 90-degree angle. Then use the arm that's free once again to grab the wrist from below and bend down. Alright, now I'm going to go over falling and defense techniques after falling. So if an attacker pushes you and you feel yourself falling back, it's important that you start by sitting and rolling back rather than falling directly on the spine to avoid any injury. And at that same time, you want to keep your hands behind your head to protect any bruises by the head. Alright, once on the ground, what you want to do is try to immediately tuck yourself into a defensive position. And if you see the attacker stepping at you, what you want to do is aim your foot at just below one of their knees to create a hyperextension. Be sure the kick isn't too high either to where they would be able to grab the foot. and that would leave you. Okay, now I'm gonna go over what to do when an opponent is slashing at you from above with a weapon. So depending on the arm they're coming at, you want to step and use whichever arm is on that side on top to make an X, and put that arm on top as the X, like so. And then from there, what you want to do is step again to the side and use both arms to keep the weapon hand still. Bring the left arm up and grab the wrist and extend. Okay, so if instead an attacker is trying to uppercut you with the weapon, what you want to do is that same thing, make the X motion with your left hand on top because it's the left side. And then again, you're going to want to step to the side and use both hands to keep the arm still and extend. Alright, in this last section we're going to go over what to do when someone tries to slash at you from across with their arm. So when they begin slashing, you want to step with whichever side that arm is coming from. Have your right arm against that palm, against the wrist, and your left arm just at the elbow. Then what you want to do is turn and grab the palm of the weapon, the person holding the weapon, with that left arm. Then you want to go back, make a 90-degree angle with their arm. Then with your free arm here, reach under and grab around the wrist, and then just bend back with the elbow to disarm.